whatever it is will just go towards Almiron's army, and that's just the nature of Sorare right now. Hopefully hopefully in the future or next season they change it so we can have like Premier League, like a Premier League Essence craft and MLS and stuff like that. So then all my MLS Essence would just purely be from Almiron's army. But nonetheless, we go on. Spanish. Pretty much, as you guys might know, Daniel has picked up an injury, and I want to get the Almiron card common so we can include it in this series. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Almiron's Army. In the video today, you can expect MLS scouting as always, and unfortunately we do have a big injury crisis to update you boys on. On top of all of that, we do actually have enough to craft today, so we will have a craft in the video, so stay tuned for that one. If you guys are enjoying the series, then please do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into Almiron's Army. So kicking things off today in Almiron's Army, unfortunately our main man does blank once again, which I have added to the spreadsheet as you boys can see, and it's actually 3 weeks in a row where he hasn't got above a 50 score, which really does hurt all of our teams, as you guys know, because we have to captain him every episode. However, we do actually manage to do pretty decent this week. I mean, compared to the past 2 weeks, obviously we've not done so well. But in the episode today, you can see, or in this first squad, you can see that Houston, of course, we did buy Bond. He's kept back-to-back clean sheets after purchasing him, so looks like that was a great purchase. And yeah, he gets another clean sheet. Escobar, of course, we picked him up in the last episode, and he got a clean sheet as well. However, probably didn't score as good as I thought he might, but that's okay. And Hollingshed got an assist, along with a decent Tillman performance and a decent Almiron one. Nothing to write home about. However, this does earn us an additional 5 essence, and of course, for those of you guys that have been following the series, you will know that that does take us to 84 essence, which means we can have our 4th craft of the series now. Now, before we do that today, I'm going to add the £2 for the 2 decisive actions from Mr. Bond, of course, keeping a clean sheet, and Hollingshed's assist. And yeah, we'll move on to the other squads, and then we'll get on to the craft for today. So we'll close off that team then. So I didn't think it didn't get it didn't get promoted, and it was a little bit, 25 points off of the streak, and considering our captain blanked, it's not too bad, is it? Moving on to the second team, and we do get another decisive action in Mr. Zinc, who actually was our star performer of the week, scoring 79 points. As you boys can see in the star of the week, we've added him in there. And yeah, that gives us another pound. Gives us another pound for the decisive action, which is fantastic. And yeah, no one else done anything in this squad, so it was just Zinc. Obviously, looking back on it, if we had had maybe Zinc in the first team, then the first team could have would have hit the streak, of course. But if buts and maybes, and we all know Zinc is a good player anyway, so just is what it is. But yeah, the squad 267, not really much else to say, really, just pretty disappointing. However, I will touch upon in the last squad, and obviously is important for that squad that we just touched upon. Daniel did get subbed off at half time, and I am going to have to do some research to see what happened there. I'm guessing he was injured. How bad is the injury? How bad will it affect the series? Of course, those of you guys that do follow the series quite closely, you will know I was talking about buying the backup goalkeepers in the last episode, or I've been quite vocal about it on Twitter and live streams and stuff. So, bit annoying because we were going to buy the goalkeepers for both Houston and San Jose just to be on the safe side, but obviously we didn't have the money for it last episode, and now we have the money for it. I don't know if it's worth it because obviously I'm guessing the San Jose goalkeeper's gone up in value. So yeah, but no one else really done anything. The only thing to note was Biro had quite a decent game at 63, and which is good because of course we brought him in expecting him to do well, and this is his first decent score, to be fair. So yeah, not too bad from Biro's perspective. And then just sort of throwing it in there as well that the warm up team actually done pretty decent to be fair, but of course Captain Almiron in 4 squads, and if he doesn't get decisive, then it's never looking too fantastic. And of course, for us to actually get something from the warm-ups is nearly impossible. But I thought I might as well just throw it in there for a little bit of fun for you boys. But yeah, so now that we have enough to craft, let's get on to crafting. Okay, so the account has about £5 in there, and of course we have a craft to our name. I will say, obviously, those of you guys that have seen previous crafts, there is a chance here. I can't really, unfortunately, as of time of recording, we can't really pick like we can't separate our essence. And of course, I play in other competitions, as you can see on this account. So this is very likely to not be an MLS player. But we still count it as if it was just earned from the series. So literally, whatever it is, will just go towards Almiron's army, and that's just the nature of Sorare right now. Hopefully, hopefully in the future or next season they change it so we can have like Premier League, like a Premier League essence craft and MLS and stuff like that. So then all my MLS essence would just purely be from Almiron's army. But nonetheless, we go on. Spanish. Forward. Ooh. Valencia. Oh, is this Oh, it's not. We've already crafted him this year. For those of you guys that have followed the channel for a while, I was hoping it was the other. I can't remember his name now. I think it's Diego Lopez. But yeah, okay. So we'll throw him into Almiron's army because, of course, he is part of it. But you guys will know, of course, he's not from the MLS, so he will not have any benefits to us other than us trying to sell him and use him in that regard. But yeah, so this is how we're looking. We do need to add as well Escobar, I believe, to Almiron's army. There we are. So this is how we're looking. We're probably going to use wherever that man's just gone. He's vanished. I swear I just added him to this list. But yeah, we're going to try and probably sell Fran Perez. Maybe 50p, 40p, whatever we can get from him, if we're lucky. And yeah, obviously use the profits in Almiron's army. Are you looking to become a Sorare manager? If so, I would really appreciate if you use the link down below in the description to sign up, because you'll be helping out a small creator like myself. And also the benefit that you guys get from that is if you buy 5 cards from the auction house or the instant buy market, then you'll receive £50 in-game credits. Okay, so we are right at the end of the week now, and to be honest, I haven't recorded anything over like the midweek or over that period of time, because pretty much, as you guys might know, Daniel has picked up an injury, and it's pretty much just left me like and ahhing the whole week whether or not I should buy or overpay for a Earl Edwards, who is the backup goalkeeper, who looks like he's going to be covering Daniel, or if I should just firm Daniel's injury and just be like, you know what, we're going to have a couple of weeks with only one squad, but that's just football. It's a bit annoying because I did mention in the last episode that I did want to pick up both the backup goalkeepers, and of course, as soon as I mention that, he goes up in price, and then I don't want to buy him, if that makes sense. So pretty much the whole week I've been like and ahhing if I should pick him up. And then Predictify, of course, came out this morning and has said nothing on Daniel. I was also looking myself to see if there was any news on Daniel, and I couldn't see anything. So therefore, that's why I didn't record anything in the midweek, because I was like, I can't really buy anything to add to the gallery if we need another goalkeeper. But then I didn't really know. Yeah, pretty much I was just in a tough spot. But it looks like he's said here, expect him to be out for 1 to 2 weeks, which is great if that is actually the situation. If it's not, we might be in a serious dilemma. Because as you can see, Earl Edwards, so when I was and ahhing in this midweek, he was pretty much up at about £3. Yeah, you could probably have bought him for about £3, or I could have, but I was like finding it hard to do because I'd just seen him the other week at like £1, £2, if that, as you can see here. So I was like, I don't really want to spend £3 on someone that might not even start. I wasn't sure, and now you can just see I mean, who is like? Oh, well, I guess we will. I will sort of say the obviously the 15th anniversary, or yeah, sorry, the 30th anniversary cards are out, so some of these prices are a bit crazy, but yeah, if we just go look to buy him now, it's just, yeah, I mean, £6, yeah, I just don't want to pay that for a backup, to be honest. I'll be honest. So yeah, so I think we're just gonna go ahead, and after the whole week of me being like, oh, I don't know what to do kind of thing, I think I've come to the conclusion that unfortunately we are just gonna go ahead and play the lineups with our, I guess, with one lineup as opposed to three that we usually have, because of course we have two Daniels. I mean, we will play them, but obviously we won't be expecting much with a four-man effort. But yeah, so with that being said, I sort of had these preliminary lineups built during the midweek. Again, I was gonna show it, but didn't really think there was much point in showing you I guess maybe lineups, because what we're going to go ahead and do now is build the actual lineups together, and just have a little look on Predictify, see if these teams still make sense, if I want to swap any players here or there. But yeah, you can see obviously in the third team, Sivchenko's out as well, so you know it's literally just a Division 3 team, pray to get XP or whatever. Yeah, Division 2 team looks a little bit stronger, and then Division 1 actually pretty decent, to be fair. So, but again, we might change things, but let's go ahead and build them. So we'll start off today in the main team, the only team that has a five-man effort, and we're going to go with Bond and Escobar together because, of course, they complement each other nicely. And San Jose have a few people out, of course, Daniel being one of them. So hopefully that gives Houston a bit of an edge. I'll be honest, I would obviously rather prefer the home team as a stack, but we've got Houston. We can't be too mad. Then the next up, interesting. So I, for some reason, I don't really know why, I didn't include Angulu in any of these lineups. I'm not really too sure why I did that, but I reckon Angulu has a shout to play here. But saying that, actually, we've got Tolo, who is playing against Dallas, who are pretty awful. So, and I'm pretty sure Seattle, yeah, he'll be 90% on to play Mr. Tolo, so I like that one. And Dallas are very awful, so Tolo's probably like the best player we can pick this week. Yeah, Orlando actually have a really nice matchup, so maybe, just maybe, an Escobar only at 70%. Do you know what? Weirdly, I'm actually going to go ahead and go Tolo in here with Angulu, who I haven't really put much faith in, but I'm going to give him a chance because we usually don't put Angulu in a good squad. And he's got a good home match here. If he's ever going to do it, hopefully it'll be this weekend because, yeah, he's not really been doing too much in terms of scores, but hopefully he can do it for us this weekend. Then we're going to have definitely Zinc. I think that's a no-brainer. He's been fantastic recently, and yeah, just a great scorer for us recently, so we'll pop him in. And then, yeah, we've got the choice here. Oh, we have to choose an Almiron here. It's kind of hard to leave an Escobar out, to be honest. But yeah, I'm thinking that. I don't know why, because I don't know. I guess it's between Escobar and Angulu, really. Escobar and Angulu. Tough decision. I mean, AA wise, Escobar is just so good, isn't he? And Angulu hasn't been doing it for us. Yeah, he really has not been too great. You know what? We're gonna stick with our initial instinct and go with an Escobar, and then we'll pop our Newcastle Almiron in the first side here. Even though his midfielder card is scoring worse than his forward, but that's okay. In order to get all of these boys in, we kind of have to play the midfielder Almiron there. So yeah, all of these are pretty much nailed to play, I guess, except Escobar's at 70%, which is a bit weird, but yeah, we're going to go with that. Then the second squad, which we have here, which I guess this one has room for Angulu, because Biro, I'm pretty sure, is only 60%. Yeah, so Biro at 60, I would definitely prefer an Angulu in there. So maybe that's where he belongs. Now you will see that it does actually say 30% for Daniel to start. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've got to play him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then we've got definitely Hollingshed, um, Tillman and Ngulu probably to round off the last squad with our best Almiron, of course. There we go. So the only thing we've changed, I guess, between midweek and now is we've taken out Biro because he's only 60%, and Biro can go into the third team no problem because Sivachenko looks like he is still out injured. We can double check that one though. Houston, yeah, looks like he's still our channel has finally become a partner with YouTube, and that means that you boys can become a member on the channel. How you would do that is by clicking the join button down below, and you can see all the exclusive perks to becoming a member on this channel. Not only that, but you would be massively helping and supporting a small creator in myself, making more videos like this one for you guys to enjoy. So I would really appreciate if you did join our membership down below. Thank you. Let's get on with the video. Still out. Doubtful. Sivachenko, lower body, misses the last 4 games, no update. Okay, so yeah, he's struggling right now. He's in the struggle bus. So yeah, we'll go with Daniel. We'll definitely do. Same with Bruno Wilson as well. I don't think there's been any news, which is a bit unfortunate for the series because them two, of course, are quite pivotal. And then yeah, we'll just go with Shappy to round off the squad there. I think Shappy's also unlikely to play. So, but yeah, like I said, this is just a Division 3 team, so it doesn't matter too much. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to line up ahead of the week. I will say that two additional things to add, I guess, is I guess this common game mode. Well, I think you can start getting rewards for it now, but I don't want to. I want to get the Almiron card common so we can include it in this series. So I'm not going to count it until we've got him. And then the warm up, of course, we've got Almiron. And yeah, I've just put a team against Dallas, Seattle boys, because I just think that that's a great fixture for them. No real fault other than that, to be honest. And of course, Captain Almiron. And in terms of what else we will be looking at then, so in terms of Bruno, Wilson, and Sivachenko, I'll probably throw them into an all-star just so they can get some XP. At the minute we've got this one. Oh, I don't know. The thing is, I don't really know if I've got a midfielder that's going to play to get them the XP. So maybe we can just throw in, because Kraft might come off the bench. I think Trippier's still injured, so we can swap him. Maybe who's more likely? Probably Bruno Wilson's probably a better one to get some more XP on for us, as we have Daniel, of course. So yeah, we'll probably go like that, and I might end up throwing, yeah, if I can throw Sivachenko anywhere for XP, I will do. But yeah, that's how we're looking like going into Almiron's army for the weekend. Like I said, sorry about, I guess, the midweek stuff I didn't really update, because usually how I make the video is like, I'll just do, like, almost like cutting up of the week and then putting it into this video. But yeah, just literally, I was just so undecided on where I wanted to go, to the point where it just came round to this deadline, and I'm like, oh my god, we're at deadline. You can see here, even when I'm submitting the lineups, we're literally 1 hour to deadline, and I've only just sort of submitted it. So yeah, it's been a very sort of I'm in an iron week, and for that reason, like I said, unfortunately, I've not really been updating you lot. But yeah, I think in terms of the gallery, like I said, and we've sort of seen in the episode, we have about £5 in the bank, but I just don't really know what to go or where to go with it. The only person I was thinking about buying is the Houston backup goalkeeper, just in case Bond, for some reason, you know, same situation as Earl. I probably will pick up a backup goalkeeper here, but I'll probably do it like potentially over the weekend. I did note down the prices, yeah. So the last time I checked, the backup goalkeeper was £2.97. It's £2.50 at the moment, so cheaper. Oh, and to be fair, a special card at £2.97 is quite interesting because we potentially, I don't really know what our collection scores. I don't really account for like collection scores in this series, but I probably should. Yeah, we do need a couple more or a bit more of a boost potentially. Interesting, but I do think anyway. As a term, well, talking about collection score and that, I probably will end up just buying instant buy because I have some credits, but then I'll just say that it was a £2.50 buy for us. So yeah. Or should we get him now at £2.50? I still feel like it's a little bit of an overpay for a backup goalkeeper in a series like this where we have to be so careful with money. Still feel like £2.50 is a little bit steep, to be honest. £1, £1.50, £1, £2. 3 days ago, £1, one. Oh my god, that's so cheap, isn't it? Okay, that is just literally ridiculously cheap. So I'd say you probably would be able to get one from less than that, to be honest. So yeah, so we're probably going to look to bring in both backup goalkeepers with this budget, obviously when they both go down in price. And yeah, let's just get on to the weekend. Hopefully we can get some more decisives than that, and of course you guys will see that in the next episode. So that is all we have time for in the MLS this week. Unfortunately, feels like the week just went in a flash. Maybe it's my like life things going on in real life. You guys, I'm pretty sure can relate to when you blink and you miss it. Days have gone by and you're just sort of like, oh damn, we're already at the deadline and that sort of stuff. It's the weekend, of course. But yeah, I hope you guys are still enjoying it. Of course, we're getting a little bit unlucky with injuries and things like that. Hopefully, we can pick up the scores and hit some streaks and stuff like that in the future. If you guys are still enjoying, please do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.